Hey guys, it's Tori and I'm here right now with Dance Gavin Dance. How's it going, y'all?
Great. Yeah, it's good to be here.
Fantastic, yeah. Lovely to be here in Orlando.
You guys are the stars of the show tonight. It's a big tour too, a really stacked lineup. So how does it feel to be just in such talented company?
It feels good. It's definitely like keeps you like, at least for me, I feel like I like really need to be on my like game every night, like during the set, you know, after performing after such good musicians. So, you know, I've been spending like a lot of time like actually warming up on this tour. And, you know,
have you guys been tough critics on each other at all, or just kind of having fun?
Not at all. Yeah, it's definitely all for fun.
Okay.
And it's cool having really good bands on the tour because then I want to play better when I go up there.
Yep.
There's nothing worse than when you're about to go up for a show and the band before you is you're trying to get hyped up and you go watch the band before you and you're just like, oh man.
Yeah.
But we haven't had to deal with that in a long time.
Yeah, and I feel like especially touring, because it gets so repetitive, it can be really easy to get complacent. So having company that challenges you, I'm sure, is really helpful.
It's important.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about your music a little bit here. While we're at it, your album Artificial Selection is out now. And the first time I heard that album title, I just thought it was so fascinating because it's kind of a play on words there on a natural selection, if I'm grasping this properly. So why did you guys choose that title to represent these songs?
Well, we kind of, honestly, we had the artwork prior to the album title. So once we all kind of bounced around ideas and like artwork, like what is actually like going on here, and then we came up with some different translations. And yeah, actually the natural selection was like the first thing that was kind of thrown out there amongst a few other options.
Yeah, but
and then it, like
there is like there is kind of a recurring theme, especially in John's lyrics about the future and AI and different possibilities. So that also plays into the album title kind of, and just like looking towards what's possible and all the things that may be.
Yeah, I think that's why I found it so thought-provoking, because we're like in a different era and different generation where like natural selection, is it artificial now? Like what's going on? So yeah, super cool. And I heard you guys say in another interview that the song Evaporate in particular kind of represented the Tilian era of the band and kind of taking a step back from your previous eras. So I would love to hear you guys talk a little more about that song and why you think that represented this era so well.
It was kind of written to be a throwback to where we've been and what we've done musically, and kind of, like just to fully encompass the whole territory that DGD's kind of spanned. And in a way it felt like at the end of the record it was like almost a farewell to that, but at the same time no one knows what we're going to do on the next record or how it's going to be. So, I mean, at the time it did feel like a goodbye in some way, but there's still no telling what's going to come next for us.
Yeah. I think that's really cool too, because there are a lot of fans that, even though they're still on board with what you're doing now, they do hold on to those past members and past things that you guys have done, because you've had a tumultuous career, to say the least. So I guess this is a good way of like bookmarking the end of like the chapters and hopefully giving fans that closure too. Maybe, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, like it's hard to like on that record we had Kurt, our old singer, on it. Like we still work with like old members and stuff, and they're still friends, and I'm sure like Zach Guerin will be on the next record and what, you know, so it's hard to, that's relationship with all past members will never end. So. Yeah,
that's a perfect segue into my next question though, because you did work with Kurt Travis on this album, and it is so rare for a band to go back to their ex-vocalists to have a feature on an album. Like I can't really think of another example. So what was it like to kind of have him brought back into the creative process after parting ways for so many years?
It was pretty fun. We kind of did it because it was so funny. I mean, our band's done that a lot of times, where people are like, this would be crazy. There's no way they'd ever do this. And then we're like, hey, let's just do that just to kind of troll everyone.
Keep everyone on their toes.
So we just kind of had this song and thought, you know, this would be a perfect song for Kurt. And then it's just like, that would be what no one expects. So we did it. And we just like to do things like that are just kind of out of left field.
Yeah, definitely threw everyone off, but in a good way. Like, it's cool to see that you guys are still on good terms and can collaborate like that. And something that is very beautiful about your band is that a lot of things are open to interpretation, and your fans love to kind of dive deep and analyze the inner workings of your music and your artwork and all of that. So what have been some of the most interesting observations that you've heard from fans regarding this album?
I feel like our fans kind of like create like the same kind of theories as the fans of that TV show Lost, where it just gets so deep and so crazy that I read some of the stuff sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, like maybe this is true, you know?
You're like, this is not what I intended at all.
Yeah, but maybe that's what happened, you know? It was fate that everything unfolded that way. But yeah, there's just too much crazy stuff. But it's awesome to read, you know? We like to check some of those theories out and keep up with all the crazy fan stories that come out, because sometimes they're on point and most of the time they're not, but it's always entertaining.
What has been the most common one that you've heard with this album?
Probably that people thought we were going to break up after Evaporate. After, like, just people at shows constantly at meet and greets, like, are you guys breaking up? Is Evaporate the last song? It's like, no.
Never even
That would be so
honestly, I never even thought about that. So
wow. Yeah, it is. I'm sure it's interesting too for you guys because you have your own perspectives of an album as you're making it, and then once it's released, it kind of takes on a whole new life, doesn't it? A little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Completely. Yeah, it's really not yours anymore.
Something that I think is so cool about your music videos too is that they're so across the spectrum. You have some that are just really fun and cinematic, like your Headhunter video, and then others that are just so bizarre and off the wall and make you raise your eyebrow. So kind of thinking of the latter here, I want to talk about the music video for your song. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Does it count Bassy? Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank goodness I said that right. I was like, because Bassy sounds weird. It has to be Bassy. Yeah. Yes. So I would love to know a little more about that music video concept and the story and how that ties in with the song, because the comments on that video, everyone's confused.
that was honestly, when you said that was the first thing that popped in my mind was, oh man, count Bassy.
Yeah.
That video, honestly, we have this guy Mount, you know, that we've done he did the Summertime Gladness video as well.
Yeah.
And he like always asks for just like some pictures of us, and then we just tell him make this like as weird as you possibly can, and we just let him have the full like creative reign of it. So
it's still haunting me. You said pictures of you guys. I'm like,
at this point, I'm pretty sure he wants to kill us.
Yeah.
I don't know how he found him, where he came from, but yeah, he just keeps making these crazy videos, but we love him.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So basically, that was all his head. That was all his inner workings.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing is, we were kind of talking about how you've had a tumultuous career. A lot of things have happened throughout the years that you've been a band, but you've been a band for such a long time, and your fans are so loyal to you guys. You're still playing huge shows. So I'm just wondering what you attribute your long-term success to. What do you think it is about you guys that has kept you around for so many years?
I think it's, Will's creativity and us all coming together and like constantly writing music and releasing music and never giving up, even though like so many people have doubted us along the way.
Yeah.
And just staying on the hustle and touring all the time. But I do really think for our band, especially though, it's probably mainly the constant writing and releasing of music and having such a huge discography at this point.
Perseverance, kids.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we just had to keep sticking in there, and there were a lot of times you could have quit, and we didn't. And then if you quit, then you never really give yourself the opportunity to succeed. Yeah,
100%. And you are on this headlining tour right now with some amazing bands, as we've mentioned. What else is coming up after this that fans can look forward to? What are the plans?
Can't say too much, but
oh man,
we're always writing music, so
yeah, we're writing. We're gonna be writing and hopefully recording a new album soon.
Already thinking about another album.
I didn't know how much I could say.
But we're writing and stuff. So hopefully we get in the studio this year and put out something by like next year.
Damn, you guys work so quick. I feel like that last album was just so innovative, and I can't even imagine where your brains grasp all that from. And as soon as you release it, you're on to new things. Like, that's so fast.
Oh, there is another rumor that might possibly be true, is a remaster of an older record, Acceptance Speech. So that may or may not be coming later this year.
I'm going to take that as a may. I'm going to put some words in your mouth because I want it to be true. Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It was great talking to you. And everybody watching, if you haven't already, make sure you check out Artificial Selection. It's out now. Subscribe for more videos, and we'll catch you next time. Bye!